or the egg? He'd say both. Kennedy was a man on a mission. He was always looking for his next big money maker.
Okay, Kapinta.
Kapinta make a jack.
Tomato. No. Tomato. Too many people selling tomato.
Until he realized it was in front of him the entire time. As a construction worker, Kennedy sat down and realized he could actually apply for a loan with Unify.
Wow.
So he put all his eggs in one basket.
Thank you, ma. I will deliver, man.
And he went from Kankuku Kangono to Chicken King. Unify, making life easy.
Farming never stops, and neither should your tools. Lovo tractors, built for every season, every challenge, every farmer. Massive discounts all year long. No gimmicks, no deadlines, just unstoppable value to drive your farm forward. And now, through the Sustainable Agricultural Financing Facility, SAFF, and with financing options still available through our trusted banking partners, you can own your own Lovo today. Lovo tractors, unmatched power, unbeatable value, every day of the year. Visit us now. Camco. Durable and affordable. Terms and conditions apply.
Good evening. Thanks a lot for joining us for our Monday's edition of the Diamond News Desk. We bring you some of the latest stories featured on DiamondTVZambia.com. You can follow us on Diamond TV online on Facebook and on X at Diamond TV. Coming up tonight, fire destroys 15 shops at Muchinga market in Chingola. And 2 witch doctors jailed for attempts to harm HH as Malawi appeals 4-year sentence. And the Electoral Commission of Zambia launches online voter registration. Thank you so much for making time to join us. The fire has swept through 15 shops at Muchinga market in Chingola, reducing property worth thousands of kwacha to ashes. The cause of the inferno is still under investigation, but is suspected to have originated from illicit fuel dealers operating near the affected shops. Chingola Member of Parliament Chipoka Mlenga, who visited the scene, sympathized with the affected shop owners and has assured them of government support through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit. He has further donated assorted food items and pledged 100 pockets of cement to help traders rebuild their shops.
A raging fire has swept through Muchinga market in Chingola, leaving behind a trail of destruction. 15 shops have been reduced to ashes, with goods worth thousands of kwacha lost in the inferno. The blaze, still under investigation, is suspected to have been sparked by illicit fuel dealers operating dangerously closer to the affected shops. For many traders, the fire has not only destroyed their property, but also threatened their livelihoods and the survival of their families.
Ivatambira tata uyu muriro kuri mwacho wachaitula petro tene kwachako muriro apo safe e muriro uyu waamba ipiriri okwene kukono kwa fiance fyari pya
ifipefye
if payment fare fena ngu 250 nomba vali ya shop fe oyo ndilile sana because vali ya shop ntu yachira 700 elo ina ikuli standard 3x1 pocket so nindile chakwe bati amakana kwa.
For Chingola Mayor, this is strategy as many recently lost property through riots.
Olo President Hakainde Hichilema alibikamo a disaster component muri CDF and ba minister ba MP ba Chingola constituency I believe tawafirwapo abantu bobe.
Chingola Member of Parliament Chipuka Mlenga has assured those affected that the government through the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit will step in to help them recover. He also emphasized the need for communities to work together in safeguarding markets against such risks.
That's why the President sent us directly to come with the party leadership to come and see how we can support. And as a first will of gesture that the President has done is to send to buy a number of pockets of cement for these people to rebuild their facilities, which will be delivered by the district chairperson here and her team very soon. And other than that, we also want to thank other well-wishers.
The Muchinga market tragedy comes in the wake over the Kapalala market fire in Ndola, where traders have also received government support as part of ongoing efforts to restore livelihoods for devastating market blaze.
Kulangati muri ubu chushi tuli bonse nangu natuchepa batifirera ngo kutemo kufuma kuli ba President Hakainde kwe bata abantu banje nangu nakachepa
etotela mwebute kwe pashiripa kuleka ifi mule chita mule twafwa natumfamo nensansa pantu twali abati tikishwa na matontonkana tatwalefano okubuka twalirwere lelo pakutubutukira twatotela muntu twaliyeko kutotela kuli.
Love Mosondash for Diamond News.
The Lusaka Magistrates Court has sentenced 2 witch doctors to 2 years in prison for professing knowledge of witchcraft with intent to harm President Hichilema. This is contrary to the Witchcraft Act, Chapter 90 of the laws of Zambia. The convicts, Justin Mabulese Kandunde, 42, of Maravia in Mozambique, and Leonard Piri, 43, of Kafewa village in Chief Nyanje's area of Sinda district of Eastern Province, were also handed an additional 6 months for possession of charms. Both sentences will run concurrently with the arrest date in December 2024. In his ruling, Magistrate Fines Mayambu says the convicts did not merely intend to instill fear or cause injury, but to kill, stressing that any attempt to take life must be treated with utmost seriousness. During trial, the court heard that the duo had travelled from Mozambique and camped in Zambia as they plotted the act.
The case has now closed at the Lusaka Magistrates Court, where 2 self-proclaimed witch doctors have been sentenced for attempting to harm President Hakainde Hichilema through acts of witchcraft. The ruling delivered by Magistrate Fines Mayambu brings an end to a matter that sparked wide debate on superstition, crime and national security. The Lusaka Magistrate Court has sentenced the duo to 2 years in prison for professing knowledge of witchcraft with the alleged aim of harming President Hakainde Hichilema. In this matter, the convicts Justin Mabulese Kandude, 42, of Maravian, Mozambique, and Leonard Piri, 43, of Kafewa village in Chief Nyanje's area of Sinda district, Eastern Province, have also been handed 6 months for possession of charms, contrary to the Witchcraft Act, Chapter 90 of the laws of Zambia. Both sentences will run concurrently from the date of their arrest in December 2024. When the matter came up for sentencing before Magistrate Fines Mayambu, the court has ruled that the prosecution has proved its case beyond reasonable doubt, warranting conviction. In mitigation, the duo, through their lawyer, pleaded for leniency, arguing that they were first offenders, had been in custody since their arrest, and that even President Hichilema has publicly stated he does not believe in witchcraft. But in delivering judgment, Magistrate Mayambu says the offences were grave. He observes that the convicts did not only intend to cause fear or injury, but had plotted to kill the head of state, traveling from Mozambique and camping in Zambia to strategize their act. He has added that anything involving the president is a matter of public interest, stressing that criminal law must be enforced not only to punish but to prevent crime. Quoting legal precedent, Magistrate Mayambo has concluded that the convicts were enemies of the state at the time of their actions. The pair will serve 24 months for professing knowledge of witchcraft and 6 months for possession of charms, both sentences to run concurrently. Best Jerry, Diamond News.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia has launched an online voter pre-registration platform which Chairperson Mwangala Zolumis says is tailored to meet the needs of tech-savvy citizens, and particularly first-time voters active on social media. The initiative is part of the Commission's electoral roadmap ahead of the mass voter registration exercise scheduled from October 13th to 11th November 2025. Ms. Zolumis says the platform provides a convenience by allowing eligible voters to start the registration process from home instead of waiting for physical registration. Meanwhile, ECZ Director for ICT, Dr. Collins Kachaka, has explained that the system incorporates artificial intelligence, AI features to reject defective national registration cards.
Electorates line up in 156 constituencies across Zambia to elect new leaders. But before a single vote is cast, voter registration takes place, a process that determines who gets to exercise their democratic right at the ballot. And for the first time, the Electoral Commission of Zambia has launched an online voter pre-registration platform, marking a major shift in how citizens can prepare to participate in the 2026 general election. And ECZ Chairperson Ms. Mwangala Zalomis says the initiative is designed to meet the needs of a growing demographic of young people and first-time voters.
This therefore implies that whether one has access to the online pre-registration or not, they will still be able to register. I wish to appeal to all eligible citizens to take time to either pre-register online from today and visit any registration center for complete registration when that time comes. As we launch this innovative platform today, I appeal to every eligible Zambian: don't just pre-register, complete your registration, collect your voter's card, and most importantly, exercise your democratic right and vote in the 2026 general election, because we are doing all this for the general election so that you are not left behind and you don't complain that you are left out.
And at the launch, ECZ Director of ICT, Dr. Collins Kachaka, emphasized that the platform integrates artificial intelligence to detect and reject defective NRCs.
Everyone there, everybody, they have phones. Smartphones are there. They are on the internet, especially our working class and also our youths. So they will still be able to use their phones and register in that sense. And also we are aware that we have towers being erected by ZICTA in the rural areas to improve on connectivity. That is going on even now in the rural areas. And all that is to try and improve on connectivity. So those who don't have smartphones, yes, they are there. Who don't have smartphones, those are also catered for. They will wait. And when we open physically on 13th October, they will go physically to go and register as new voters.
The Commission says this move not only modernizes voter registration, but also brings convenience and inclusivity closer to the electorate. Elfie Mwale Shampande, Diamond News.
Historian Professor Bizek Piri has called for peaceful elections as Malawi heads to the polls tomorrow, September 16th, 2025. Speaking to Diamond News, Professor Piri says the outcome will not only affect Malawi but also have implications for Zambia. He has warned that violence could spill over into border communities, forcing citizens into Zambia, and could disrupt trade since Zambia relies on routes through Malawi. He has expressed hope that the elections proceed peacefully to preserve stability and cooperation between the two nations.
Malawi, located on the eastern side of Zambia and has a population of over 22 million, tomorrow, September 16th, 2025, heads to the polls for its general elections where voters will cast their ballots for presidential, members of parliament and local councillors seats. A total of 17 candidates are on the ballot, namely Lazarus Chakwera of Malawi Congress Party, Peter Mutharika of Democratic Progressive Party, Joyce Banda of People's Party, Daliso Kabambe of United Transformation Movement, Atupele Muluzi of United Democratic Front, Mike Usi of Odia Zake Alibe Milandu, Kondwani Nankumwa of People's Development Party, Akwame Badawe of Anyama Taasikana Azimai Party, Kamuzi Chivambo of People's Transformation Party, Frank Mwenefumbo of National Development Party, Jordan Sauti of Patriotic Citizens Party, Tokozan Banda, an independent candidate, James Chilungo, an independent candidate, Cosmas Chipojola, an independent candidate, Smart Siwira, an independent candidate, Milward Tobias, an independent candidate, and Mpunziro Mvula, an independent candidate. However, the race has largely crystallized into a duel between incumbent President Lazarus Chakwera, who won the last election after the judiciary ordered a rerun of the 2019 vote, and 85-year-old former President Peter Mutharika, who led Malawi from 2014 to 2020. Also in the race is former President Joyce Banda, 75, who was Malawi's first female president, taking over in 2012 after the sudden death of the then President Bingu wa Mutharika, and served until 2014. Another contender is Vice President Mike Usi, 56, of Odia Zake Alibe Milandu, a former comedian turned politician, who became President Chakwera's deputy following the tragic death of Vice President Saulos Chilima in a plane crash last year. The elections historian Professor Bizek Piri says Zambia and Malawi share deep historical, cultural, and economic ties shaped by geography and colonial history. Professor Piri, who has called for peace in the elections, says trade between the two nations could be severely disrupted.
It was not simply because it was being just invited as a neighboring president. The majority, the Kulamba ceremony is a ceremony of the Chewa people. So the Chewa people are found in 3 countries, in Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique. So there's a very strong relationship between Zambia and Malawi in terms of the people of Eastern Province and Malawi. That's one aspect. Another aspect also is that historically,
in the event that unrest occurs, especially that Zambia relies on routes through Malawi for commerce.
Some of the trade that Zambia trade is through the Malawian, through Malawi. So sometimes you see heavy trucks heading towards the east. Some of them are going to Mozambique, others are going to Malawi, and so on and so forth. So if there is going to be conflict, that trade at that level will be affected. Also, you find that if people are coming, traders who are coming from Tanzania, people normally going to talk about Tunduma.
Cherish Sibote for Diamond News.
This is the Diamond News Desk at 8. We've got an update of the weather, and later we'll take a look at our editorial comment, The Diamond Insight.
This is your Diamond Insight of Statistics versus Survival. Can Zambians eat the numbers? We are told the economy is on the mend. Officials point to falling inflation, stabilized markets and renewed investor confidence. The debt burden, they say, is easing and foreign reserves are now healthier. On paper, Zambia is moving in the right direction. The crucial question remains, can the ordinary citizen feel it? Can people eat the numbers? For many households, life still feels heavy. Food prices may not be rising as sharply as before, yet they remain painfully high. The cost of living for a family of 5 in Lusaka now stands at a paltry over 11,400 kwacha, a figure far beyond the reach of most citizens. Bus fares remain a burden for workers who travel distances. Rentals have not gone down. These are the everyday struggles that weigh far more than any statistical chart. The people enduring hardship today want to know whether tomorrow will truly be better or if these promises will fade as they have in the past. Economic recovery, however, is never an instant outcome. A mining investment may take more than 5 years before it can create jobs. A road project could take over 2 years before it connects farmers to markets. Reforms demand consistency, patience and discipline. There is no doubt that a stronger economy can create the conditions for progress. Sustained low inflation can equally make food and fuel prices more predictable. Better debt management can equally free up resources for schools, clinics and infrastructure. A stable currency can give businesses the confidence to invest and hire. These are important foundations, but foundations alone are not the house. True recovery must be inclusive. It must be measured by whether families are eating 3 decent meals, whether young people are finding jobs, and whether small businesses are able to expand without collapsing under costs. It must restore dignity in the home and confidence in the future. The numbers may be moving in the right direction, but numbers alone do not feed a child or pay the landlord. Until reforms of momentum are converted into tangible benefits in households and communities, recovery will remain a story told on paper, not a reality lived in people's lives.
Business News is brought to you by Zambia Industrial Commercial Bank. Zambia Industrial Commercial Bank, making tomorrow possible.
Good evening and welcome to the Diamond News Desk at 8, the Business Bulletin. I'll be giving you stories that are making headlines as we get started this evening. One of the stories is ZMP casts doubt on government's economic recovery narrative. We will also take a look at CNMC strengthening in-house training through Sinozam College. I'll give you the Kwacha's performance later on, as well as the commodity prices to close it all off. Stay tuned. With the business news details, my name is Tapiwa Ngoma. Let's start first with our first story this evening, where Zambia must prosper. President Kelvin Walia has cast doubt on the government's claims to economic growth, arguing that there is nothing tangible in the economy to suggest an upward trend. Speaking on Diamond TV's Costa program, Mr. Walia says any discussion about economic growth must be translated into how it is improving the lives of ordinary Zambians, stressing that many citizens are yet to feel the benefit. However, PricewaterhouseCoopers country partner Andrew Chibuye says recovery should be understood as a process rather than an instant outcome. He has explained that while some gains, such as reduced inflation, stable fuel prices, can be observed within months, others like job creation, improved infrastructure, and business expansion take years to fully materialize. Mr. Chibuye has emphasized that consistency in implementing reforms is key, warning that when momentum is lost, opportunities are also lost.
Zambia's economy is showing signs of recovery. Gross domestic product is rising, inflation is easing, the kwacha is holding steady, debt deals are being restructured, and foreign reserves are building. But for many, these numbers mean little. On the streets of Lusaka, People like Gift Mwale say the positive indicators have yet to translate into food on the table. On Diamond TV's Costa program, Zambia Must Prosper President Kelvin Fubebwalia has dismissed the government's record, saying there is nothing in the economy to suggest real growth.
That the economy under the UPND is not going to grow because, as you know, there is nothing to point at. There are no indicators on the ground. I think I'll take you back to what is commonly known as Akaluto Shikabwai. Anybody who wants to talk about the economy, anybody who wants to talk about growth, must translate that into how much it's dropping down to the common man. And if that is not affecting food on the table, it is not affecting the price of mealie meal, it's not affecting the price of fuel, electricity, then you're just talking in the skies.
But PricewaterhouseCoopers country partner Andrew Chibuye has urged patience. Speaking to Diamond News, and in his latest publication, Nomba Bushetukalia GDP, translated as How Can We Eat GDP, he urges that economic recovery is not instant, but a gradual process that will take time to filter into people's daily lives.
Number two, some of these indicators represent more immediate benefit than others. So, for example, when you hear inflation is moderating because food prices are coming down, right? Food prices are not where you want them to be, but by virtue of them coming down means there's better affordability and perhaps better disposable income. Now, minimum prices have come down. They're not where you want them to be, but by virtue of them coming down, it means there is some benefit, right? We have to acknowledge that. Fuel prices, they did moderate, they've gone back up a bit, but that reduction did provide some respite. That is the point, right? Other things like GDP, the benefits are more indirect, right? But what is a positive GDP signaling? It's signaling that there's more economic activity in the country. If there's more economic activity, it means there's more opportunity to make money, more opportunity to increase the amount of money that you're making, and by extension, greater opportunity for you to be able to make ends meet and cover your living costs.
For many Zambians, the question remains, when will recovery on paper become recovery at the dinner table? Ray Chomumba, for Diamond News.
CNMC Luansha Copper Mines says the company has reduced its dependence on foreign training by enhancing in-house capacity building through its Sinozam College of Science and Technology in Luansha. CNMC Luansha Copper Mines chairperson Li Jiangyang says the company no longer sends its workers to China for training, but instead focuses on nurturing local talent to meet the skills demand of the mining industry. Speaking at the official opening of the CNMC Zambian Companies Skills Competition held under the theme Skillful Hands, Global Hearts at Sinozam College, ZCCM IH Board Chairperson Festo Musonda commended the initiative, stressing that talent development and innovation are key drivers of growth in the mining sector.
CNMC Luansha Copper Mines has reduced its dependence on foreign training, opting instead to invest in in-house capacity building through its Sinozam College of Science and Technology in Luansha. CNMC Luansha Copper Mines, a chairperson, says that the company no longer sends workers to China for training but is focused on nurturing a local talent to meet the skills demand of the mining industry.
We gather at the Sinozam Vocational College of Science and Technology to witness the opening of the skills competition for Zambia employees of CNMC Enterprise.
The chairperson says that the company is building stronger local skills that can fill the gaps in the mining industry while contributing to a global China-Africa community with a shared future.
This competition, held under the theme Skillful Hands, Global Hearts, is not only a display of President Xi Jinping's important vision at the Beijing.
And ZCCMIH board chairperson Festum Sonda says talent, nurturing and innovation remain central to the country's mining growth agenda.
Making it one of Zambia's biggest investment entities. I want to emphasize that today is not only about winning. Yes, there will be awards and recognition, but the true victory lies in the courage to participate. The commitment to improve.
Luansha Mayor Charles Mlenga commended the initiative, saying skills development is key to empowering the youth and driving local economic growth.
As we bring together top talent from across companies and sectors in our country today, we are doing more than showcasing technical proficiency. However, we are here to witness the rise of new generation of skilled professionals who are not only masters of their craft but also are.
The competition brought together employees from CNMC's Zambian subsidiaries, showcasing technical expertise and innovation aimed at preparing Zambia's mining industry for the future. Love Mwasondash for Diamond News.
We have more in business this evening as we now take a look at the money markets. The money markets are an indication of the kwacha's performance against the United States dollar as businesses did come to a close earlier today. A closer look here shows that the USD was buying in kwacha terms at 23 kwacha 75 ngwe and it was selling at 24 kwacha 14 ngwe. These rates are sourced from the Zambia National Commercial Bank and the Bank of Zambia, and these are as of 15th September 2025. Those are your money markets. Let's shift our attention now to see the construction commodity prices. The construction commodity prices are brought to you by the Zambia National Building Society, and we show you various construction commodities and how much you'll be purchasing them on average. Let's have a first look at our first item this evening. This is a fiberglass open real long tape. Very, very handy, and this will cost you about 1,000 kwacha when you purchase one. Another item we're looking at this evening is extremely handy for the men of the houses, plus electric rotary hammer drill. Now this will cost you somewhere around 2,250 kwacha. These construction commodity prices are brought to you by ZNBS. Before we close off business, let's take a look at what our commodity prices are looking like this evening, from food to non-food items. Your commodity prices this evening will show you how much you're purchasing different commodities on average when you go out to shop. First item we're looking at this evening is 1 kg of beef at 110 kwacha. 2 kg of sugar will cost you between 67 and 70 kwacha. 1 kg of sugar will cost you 35 kwacha all the way to 37 kwacha. And 2.5 kg of flour will cost you 89 kwacha. 5 liters of cooking oil, 260 kwacha to 300 kwacha. And 25 kg bag of breakfast milli meal will cost you 260 kwacha as a starting and will cost.
Business News was brought to you by Zambia Industrial Commercial Bank. Zambia Industrial Commercial Bank.
It's me again. This time around, I'm here to give you your construction news. Our headline this evening is Government Launching Upgrade of Katunda Lukulu Watopa Mumbezi Road. The details in this story are as follows. Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development Minister Charles Milupi has launched construction works to upgrade the Katunda Lukulu Watopa Mumbezi Road in Western Province to bituminous standard. Speaking during the groundbreaking ceremony at Mangango Primary School in Kaoma District, Mr. Milupi says the 80-kilometer stretch, Lot 1 of the project, will be upgraded at a cost of over 1.4 billion kwacha. He has described the project as a testament to government's commitment to infrastructure as a catalyst for inclusive growth, adding that improved road connectivity is key to unlocking Western Province's agricultural, mining and trade potential. Mr. Milupi notes that poor feeder and main roads have historically hindered farmers' access to markets and discouraged mining exploration despite the province's vast resources. Road Development Agency Board Chairperson Eugene Hazale says the road will be a lifeline for farmers, traders, students, and health workers, reducing travel time, improving access to essential services, and boosting trade. That story brings us to the end of our construction news. Thanks so much for tuning in. We continue with the rest of the news desk at 8. My name is Tepo Ngoma. Have a pleasant evening and God bless.
Welcome back. Muchinga province has expressed concern over the lack of development and accommodation facilities as it hosts the ongoing 2025 Muchinga Investment Forum and Exposition. Provincial Permanent Secretary Reverend Matthews Chilekwa says the province is seeking serious investors to tap into opportunities in accommodation, mining, agriculture, tourism, value addition, and manufacturing. He has emphasized that the provincial administration is eager to see sustainable exploration and development of its abundant resources to boost the local economy. Reverend Chilekwa made the remarks on the sidelines of the Expo, which has attracted over 900 delegates, including international participants. Meanwhile, Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board Investment Manager Miyanda Hakoma has disclosed that the board's 96 million Kwacha Hotel project in Chinsali is expected to be completed by December 2025. Mr. Hakoma explains that the institution is strategically investing in the northern circuit of the country, citing the vast potential and opportunities that Muchinga and surrounding provinces present.
The 2025 Muchinga Investment Forum and Exposition in Chinsali is taking shape with exhibition stands being prepared as the province positions itself to showcase its untapped investment potentials. The expo has attracted over 900 delegates, including international participants, who are expected to explore opportunities in mining, agriculture, tourism, value addition, and manufacturing.
And investment. Those are key areas that has made us even to put up that expo. Yeah, if at all we can have such kind of wishes around this area, Muchinga cannot remain the same. For sure, truly speaking, Muchinga has potential.
They say the forum is not just about attracting foreign investment, but also about creating linkages that empower small businesses in the process.
There is nothing on the ground to talk about. Everything that we receive from there comes from Lusaka, and then we are just, in short, for the lack of better terms, we are just selling points. We need also manufacturing in these areas, proper production, activities happening economically, so that we can also be contributing to GDP.
Meanwhile, Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board has invested 96 million kwacha into a hotel project in Chinsali, expected to be completed by December 2025, a development expected to ease the accommodation shortage.
Completed before the end of December, by 18th December to be specific, 2025. It is a 69 key room. We chose Chinsali strategically because we wanted the first mover advantage. As you might know, there's no hotel in Chinsali of that standard.
Local entrepreneurs also cashing in, many taking advantage of the expo to showcase and sell their products to potential partners and buyers.
As a local, I'm looking forward because that will boost my small business. Those people will come with their own people who are going to reside in Chinsali. I have to my business, so that will also boost the other businesses.
A platform to be able to showcase our products, our creativity, and also an opportunity to show people out there that despite Muchinga being very far or considered a rural province, we have potential and we have these amazing entrepreneurs here.
With its abundant natural resources and a growing interest from investors, Muchinga province is positioning itself as a new frontier for economic growth.
Confirm His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia, who officiate at the inaugural Muchinga Investment Expo. His presence underscores the national significance of this event and align with the government's commitment to driving economic growth through sustainable investment.
Love Mosondash for Diamond News in Chinsali, Muchinga province.
The Ministry of Education has released the 2025 Junior Secondary External, Grade 9 External and General Certificate of Education examination results, showing that a majority of candidates managed to pass at least one subject. Now, out of 130,615 candidates who sat for the Grade 9 External exams, 78.29% passed, while 85.96% of the 136,455 GCE candidates also recorded a pass in at least one subject. However, the Grade 9 results saw 21.7% of candidates failing all subjects, while the GCE recorded 14.04% total failures. Minister of Education Douglas Yakalema says both the Junior Secondary External exams and the General Certificate of Education examinations were conducted without any leakage of question papers. He has expressed gratitude to all stakeholders who played a vital role in ensuring the security of the question papers. The 2025 Junior Secondary External Examination is the last to be conducted and will not be there from 2026 going forward. Well, that wraps up this edition of the Diamond News Desk at 8. Thank you so much for making time to join us for this edition. We've got a new summary in the morning at 6. For many of these latest stories, you can visit diamondtvzambia.com, or you can also follow us on Facebook, Diamond TV Online, or on X at Diamond TV Zambia. Coming up 21:15, we're breaking down our day's big news stories on Diamond Live. Stay tuned.